had a post-op appointment, whatever it was. My appointment after my checkup for the infection itself. It was like a week afterward, I think, or like a couple days afterward, I don't remember. And they were just like, so how you doing? And so I told them, you know, I'm still in a lot of fucking pain, like, I'm in a lot of pain, like, I don't know how else to explain it. And then I told them, like, you know, I thought I still had some of an infection in my uterus, like, I felt it. It didn't feel exactly, like, 100% yet, and I was still sick, and I was still in a lot of pain. I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't even get up to go fucking walk down the fucking hallway to go get some food, because my fucking hips and my pelvis hurt so bad that I would cry and, like, cripple over myself because I could not move, because it hurt so damn bad, because the infection was still there. And, like, they didn't put me on pill antibiotics on the way home because they thought I was good enough, I guess. So, I got mastitis. Oh, don't squish your boobs. I mean, it was an accident, but do not squish your boobs when you are breastfeeding, because you will get fucking mastitis. Fucking sucks. It fucking hurts. I did not think I was gonna get mastitis this time. I was, like, fully avoiding it. I was always pumping when I needed to and all that stuff. Like, if she didn't eat all the way, I would, like, pump. I'm like, oh my god. So that, I got mastitis and I went back in. So they did the whole, like, up inside thing, like, a day before that, to check for the rest of the infection. And then the results came back or some shit like that. And there was still some infection in there. And I was like, well, no shit. That's what I fucking told you. I'm telling you. I feel it. And you're, like, not believing me. Anyway, so I went in and I got mastitis checked out. It was on both sides. It was pretty bad. Like, the mastitis this time, I didn't remember it feeling like this last time. Of course, I may not even remember what it felt like at all from last time. But it feels like a fiery pit of hell of lava just, like, flowing through my boob when my milk comes down. It still does. It's been well over, like, almost 2 months since I had the mastitis, but, like, it just fucking hurt, like, really bad. And then my tits were all, like, hard as rock all fucking day long, and I was pumping all day long, and every time she would eat, I would pump for 20 minutes afterwards just to fucking get that shit out of my system, and it did not work. And I pumped as hard as I could, and I could not get it out. So I felt shitty about that, because I got sick as fuck, like, right after that. And then, went back to the doctor. They gave me the same antibiotic that they gave for the infection they gave for my mastitis. So, I was taking the same antibiotic, and I still have some extra ones up on top, because I had 2 prescriptions for the same thing by 2 different doctors, so it was okay. And then, like, my stomach was fucked from all these antibiotics, so, like, I couldn't eat shit. I was hardly eating, you know, like, a little bit here and there, like, if that, I would have to eat something that was, like, yogurt or something, because that's all I could fucking hold down. I would get so fucking sick if I ate more than that. If I ate too much, I would get sick. If I didn't, it was easier to not eat, because my stomach hurt so bad from the antibiotics, and I was trying to take my probiotic and, like, try to, like, kick it in the ass and, like, maybe get ahead of it and, like, maybe help myself get better, but it was not working. So I just kind of suffered for the first 2 months. And then she developed a dairy allergy, because dairy was the only thing that would not hurt my stomach. Like I said, it was, like, yogurt and, like, some milk. That's all that I would fucking ingest. And it, like, overpowered her poor little stomach, and I didn't know it. And my oldest had the same issue, and she started pooping blood, and I was like, oh my god, why is she pooping blood? And it was a protein allergy in the milk. And, like, it's all good now. I took out dairy out of my diet, so she's fine. But, like, fuck, that was scary. She was throwing up, pooping blood. I was like, oh my god, she's dying. And then, because there's a new pediatrician that's her doctor, she was telling me, like, all the worst case scenarios, like, her stomach the lining of her stomach was eating itself or something like that. Or it could have been the lining of the intestine, like, not hooking together and then, like, overlapping and pulling apart and then bleeding. Like, that's kind of scary. Don't be telling me that shit. Just tell me, like, the best case scenario, which was this. And that was, thankfully, that's all it was. And she's fine now, so she's good. She's growing back up, getting some more weight on her, because she's actually being able to eat without throwing up. So that's good. Me, postpartum, mentally, the only time I had, like, really bad issues was when I was in the hospital my first day back. That was fucking me up. I was having some issues, because one kid was bigger than the other one, and that kid was not big 2 days ago. My toddler was my baby until I brought the new baby home, and then the toddler was a giant fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex that I didn't recognize, really. I was like, wow, mentally mind-boggling. Like, I was sad that I did not recognize my kid. I was like, it wasn't really that I didn't recognize her. I was like, wow, what a difference there is between you and the new baby. And then it was like trying to protect this one from the grabby, like, I'm gonna poke your eye out toddler. That was kind of like stressful. So my dad took her for the first day, and that was like good. They went and had their fun. It was Valentine's Day. They all had a good old fun time. She had a good fun time at Grandpa's house. And then that night things calmed down a little bit more, and it was like more like I was able to handle it a little bit better. So it was just for the most part, I have been like perfectly fine, perfectly normal postpartum, like depression wise. The only time I was sad, like I said, was in the hospital. I wanted to go home. I don't really have anything else. I mean, sometimes I still cry when I see stuff on the TV. That's about it. This postpartum has been legit. Mental wise. Physical wise, not so good. I am still in pain. Like I said at the beginning, I'm still in pain. I have aches. Like right now, my pelvis feels like it got shot with buckshot, and it still hurts. It still hurts. We're still breastfeeding, thankfully, because we had a couple ups and downs where I had to stop feeding her while I got the mastitis because of the antibiotics and changing my diet and all that stuff. So, yeah. So this postpartum, mental-wise, is good. Physical-wise, not so good. Last time, mental-wise was shit, and last time, physical-wise was great. I healed up faster than a motherfucker, and I was just like ready to go, back to normal. But mentally, I was fucked. Like, up until I was pregnant again, I was still going through my postpartum depression and all that, because it was within the last, I got pregnant with this one when that one was like 10 months old, 11, 10 or 11 months old. I don't remember. 10, I think it was 10. Yeah, 10 months old. No, 11. It was like right on the cusp of either one. Doesn't really matter. But, so I was still going through my postpartum, because I was working at the prison the first year of her life, and then I quit in April because I was like, fuck that shit. And then, really, that was like what I needed to chill out and get out of my postpartum depression and anxiety and everything else that was mentally freaking me over. That was just, I do not suggest working at a prison if you have mental health issues, because it just makes it worse. And they weren't even that bad. I was just like a normal person, just like occasional depression. I had my chronic depression diagnosed when I was 11, and then kind of like kept having it up until, well, like I said, up until I was pregnant with her. And then I was kind of like, I worked through my shit. Now I'm good, and I haven't been depressed in a long time, and that's a really good thing for me, because I had a lot of issues for the majority of my life, and now I'm good. So, yeah. So that is my labor, delivery, and postpartum all in one. So, thank you for watching. I hope it wasn't too long and boring, and I hope that I didn't just like bore you all to death with my dramatic story. But yeah, see you next time.